Today I have a 6x6 paper pad project share. I am going to make something using my 6x6 paper pads. I know that many of you probably have tons of these, as I do, and I'm always looking for new ways to use them, not just for cards, but for other little paper projects as well. So I have the Peony Garden from Minte, and I also have the die cuts that go along with it. So we'll use this to decorate our project. So I have these tiny little notepads, and we're going to turn these papers into a little notebook for a gift. All right, so first I'm going to go through and pick out the papers that I want to use for my project. There are 6 designs, and you get 4 of each design in this paper pad. So I think I'm going to start with this one. Just start with the first paper pad. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm just kind of winging it to see where this takes me. But I want to create a little book for my notepad. I have an obsession with notepads. I'm not exactly sure why, but I just like making pretty little notebooks. And sometimes I don't even use them. I just like to make them. Maybe you actually use yours. I just like to make them. So, all right, so I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do here. I want to create a spot, maybe turn this into a little book that opens up. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So we're going to need 2 papers, essentially. So let's get, I want to use the same design for the front and the back. I think that'll just help it be more cohesive. That is the opposite. It almost looks the same, but it's not quite. There we go. That is the same. So my notepad, let's see how big this is. My notepad is 3.5 inches by 5 inches. So I know my cover needs to be at least 5 inches tall and at least 3.5 inches wide, maybe with a little bit extra around. I want to cut this to maybe 5 1/8 inch tall. So let's see what that looks like. 5 1/8 inch. I'm going to cut off those little cats at the bottom, but that's okay. We can use this to decorate later on. So there's my cover. Let's do the same thing to this side. 5 1/8. Hopefully I got those pretty close. Yep, looks good. Okay. The next thing I want to do is adhere these together, but also create a sort of spine where they overlap, so it creates a little bit of strength, and when we open and close it won't come apart. So if I make this, actually that might be better, and then it can tri-fold like that. I think I'll do that. So I'm going to attach these 2 pieces together. I'll use some liquid glue so it's good and strong to do that. If I can get it open. There we go. So I'm just gonna maybe glue over about 1/2 inch, maybe 1 inch. Well, this does not seem to be working out for me today. There we go. I thought I would craft and record at the same time rather than doing a voiceover. It would help me get content out to you quicker. But sometimes it's hard to think and craft at the same time. I don't know what I'm trying to say. There we go. Well, now that while I'm gluing this, I'll let you know what's going on in my life. I like to watch YouTube videos where some of my favorite YouTubers craft and talk, but actually teach me something at the same time. Maybe teach me how to get things straight. That would be helpful. I like to watch videos like that, and some of my favorite YouTubers talk about their lives, and it's part of the something that I enjoy while watching their channel. So maybe I'll do that with you today. I will just talk a little bit. So while I'm trying to get this straight, my God. All right. I think we got it. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, so it is off a little bit. Let's straighten that out. So what can we talk about? Today is my birthday. I am 41 years old today, and we'll be celebrating with some cake and some family over for dinner. And then I'll have like a little birthday party on New Year's Eve, which is usually when I like to celebrate with everyone, because then everyone's here and it's New Year's, so it's kind of two birds, one stone. All right, so I think I figured that out. That was awfully complicated, more complicated than it needed to be, but we won't talk about that. All right, so let's figure out how big this is now. So this is now 11 and a bit. 11 and a bit. Let's trim off that bit to make it an even 11, because clearly I can't math that well. I can barely talk and craft, let alone math and talk and craft. That's asking too much of anybody. So 11 inches. Now we need to center this at 3.5. I don't know if that makes any sense. So if this is 11 inches, I need my center to be 5.5. So that's the exact center of my project. I need a pencil. And of course, you know, filming. Do you think I could find a pencil? Absolutely not. So 5.5 is the very middle. Okay, and 1.75 is the very middle of this. All right, I think I got it. So centered. There we go. All right, now I'm going to make a little pocket here for this to slide into. So I'm going to pick out a pattern. Let's see what we got here. I think this one is good. And I think I'll make this 3 3/4 inches so that my notebook is, actually, you know what? Let's make it 4 so that there's enough space to glue around the sides. So I'm going to make this 4 by 4 inches. Okay, and I'm going to apply this right down the center and add glue on 3 sides so that my notepad can just slip right in there like that. Okay, so I need a very thin line of glue, not a whole lot, just a little tiny thin line. And I don't want to add too much here because I need that space. So I'll just add a little bit and see if this worked out. So that's the center. I'm using my grid lines to help me get this on straight. Here we go. Center, bottom, perfect. My phone keeps going off. I'm on holidays. Okay, so now let's see if this fits. This should just slide in there like a glove. Like a glove, I said. Okay, that's good. I think we're okay there. Oh my God, what's happening? It's not my day, guys. My notepad came apart from my little chipboard back, so that didn't work out. So what do? We take away that, and let's see if adding a few pieces of paper will work the same, or am I going to lose that too? Once I get it in there, it's just going to stay in there. There we go. It's in. She's in. It's kind of floppy a little. What can I do here? Do I tape it back on? I could. I could decorate it back on. Let's try that. Oh. Have you ever had a project not go the way you intended it to go? That's what's happening to me right now. It's not what I wanted to happen, but it's happening. So I'm just going to line this up using my chipboard backer as like a template on how wide it needs to be. And I don't think my stapler will go through that. I think it's a bit too thick. Actually, a stapler probably would. What if we split it in half? Let's try it. Let's see what happens. There we go. So I'm going to put this on here, this on here. Hopefully this doesn't happen to you. I think I need to score that. Man, I'm struggling today. Crafty struggles are real. So let's go 3/4 of an inch and 1 inch. That might be too big. Well, whatever. I just got a little scrap here. I'm going to fold it over. Looks good. I think that's too long in the front. I think it needs a little bit of a haircut. Look at me freehanding, cutting, hoping to get a straight line. With the day I've had, I don't know. That was brave. Okay. Put my little chipboard backer back on, wrap my piece of cardstock around, and I think that's going to work out nicely. Grab my stapler and hope that she can handle it. There we go. So this is a, what do you call this? A high capacity stapler. So it staples up to 60 pages. My husband got me this stapler and I absolutely love it. If you're interested in a stapler like this, it's not cheap by any means, but it is better than, you know, a random dollar store stapler. I really find that it works well for me. So a little side note there. My husband knows the way to my heart is craft supplies. So stapled on. Nobody's going anywhere now. Let's try this. Slide our little paper backing in. You know what I think? I think maybe I can trim the base of this just a little. So this way it doesn't push out the bottom of my holder. And it should go nicely. There we go. All right. We're in business, guys, I think. Looking good. Okay. Notepad is in. Now we want to score this so it can fold over. But there is that little piece of paper there. So I think we'll have to score right on that line. So let's see. Turn it this way, then I can see where the paper ends. So I can pick a score line and score. Okay, and then over here, same thing. I can pick a score line and score. Okay, and then fold this over, and it's a bit crooked, but did I expect anything less? With the way I'm rolling around today, everything's going to be crooked. It's not terrible. I've done worse. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find that score line, and then I'm going to score 1/8 of an inch beside it. Okay, I'll do the same thing on this side and score 1/8 of an inch beside it. And that should allow me to fold up and over without my flaps sort of swaying in the wind. Okay. There we go. Kind of gets us a little bit flatter. Well, that's cute. There we go. We could also fold this back if we wanted to write on it. And boom, boom. Now we just got to find a way to close it and straighten it because that's going to make me crazy. Oh, look at this. My mother went to the store. She got me a Tim Hortons tea. And look at this, Fabric Fusion, permanent fabric adhesive, because that's what I need in my life, more glue. Oh, that's wonderful. So my mom now has a report on my YouTube channel, so that's great. Let's pause this video now. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it out. All right, intermission is over. I had to stop because my mother was talking after she delivered my goods. We can have a nice cup of tea. All right, so where are we here? We have this cute little book. Now, I feel like I want to do some stuff to make it, I don't know, a little bit more extra. What can we do? I still have some scraps left over. Look at the little kitties. Oh, I love little kitties. All right, so we still have these pieces that we didn't use and these pieces that we didn't use. And we also have the die cut ephemera that we haven't used. So here's what we're going to do to make this book special. I think the first thing I want to do is create a pocket here. So we're going to have to trim that down some to create that pocket. And here we can create a little tuck spot so we don't waste this. So to do that, I'm just gonna come in around that flower and make a little angle. Beautiful. And then we can just glue these two sides down and leave that part open. So we'll do that. Just throw my glue everywhere. Guys, I'm not very efficient today. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry if this video is not like my normal videos. I just wanted to craft. I just wanted to get something out there and have some fun doing it. Maybe you'll enjoy watching me lose my marbles. I'm not very coordinated, especially when clearly you see this. I don't have to explain any more to you. So I'm gonna just measure this up and trim this here. Okay, let's try this. Okay, that fits good. Now, once again, I'm only going to do the two sides so that it's not super, super tight. And if I want to drop, oh God, if I want to drop it, if I want to tuck something in, I can have a little bit more freedom. So for example, like this, it's not constricted here and here. It's only here and here. So it gives me a little bit more room to play with. Okay. Now what? Let's add these kitties up here. These kitties deserve to be in this book. They have to be. So I'm going to fold this in half and cut it in half. And then I'm just going to cut a little banner. Do I have small scissors here? No, I don't. Actually, I do. Small scissors. So I'm just going to put a little snip in the center, and then go from the corner to the top of that snip, flip it over from the corner to the top of that snip. And now we have a perfect little banner that we can put up there. And we're going to do the same thing to this little kitty. We'll put a snip in the center, from the corner up to the top of that snip, and then from the corner up to the top of that snip. This didn't go right from the corner, did it? All right. Perfect. And we'll put that guy here, and then this guy here. Yeah, I think down a little bit. Adds a little bit of character. Okay, so let's get these adhered. Okie dokie. Now I need to think about how I want to close this little notepad. Should I add some lace or some twine? A magnet? Magnets are always cool. Oh, I didn't put it down like I said I wanted. Oh, goodness. Yeah, this is it. It's on. Not going anywhere. Too bad, so sad. This kitty's up higher than this one, but we're just going to roll with it. So, around the corners on this guy. Just a little 1/4 inch round. Okay, now we can tear a piece of paper off, put a note in the pocket if we need to. And I shouldn't have used those kitties. I could have made a belly band. I wonder if I still can. I could make a belly band with a larger piece of ephemera. If I wrap these kitties around. Okay, let's see what we have here. Maybe we have a big enough piece of ephemera. Maybe we have a big enough piece of ephemera that can reach across. Not quite. That would be cute though. Ooh, he's a big one. Oh, I like that. That's cute. And it'll fit. Interesting. Okay, let's try that. Oh, look at the little kitties. Oh, little kitties. All right, so branch to branch, there to there. Let's just add a little bit of glue here and touch that down to this part. Okay, happy with that. Just want to make sure it's not seeping out or anything. Now we can add a little bit of glue here, I think is the safe space. Okay, and wrap it around. Make sure it's firm, but not too firm because I want to be able to move it. Press and hold that glue till it dries. Now we should be able to slide this off if I didn't glue it. I didn't. Nice. Very cute. All right, let's see if I can get it back on. That's the real test. Oh, beautiful. I love it. That kitty is way too big in proportion to this tree. All right. Okay, I think we'll pull off our belly band. We have our closure figured out. Now I just want to add a little bit more of the ephemera. So I think now we can add a kitty here. Or we can add a kitty here. Maybe there on the edge of the pocket. I like that. Get him glued down. Very cute. Now, what about this greenhouse? No? What about this little hat? Ooh, I like that. I like that there. Cover up that staple. What do you think? I like it there. So just going to apply it here at the top so that it doesn't glue to this paper and only glues to my notepad. Just got to be careful that I'm not adding too much bulk where my belly band won't fit back on. And, ooh, look at this cup of tea. Love. Can't really see it. That's the problem. All right, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to leave it like that. This is super cute. Little notepad, some pockets. Close it up and add our belly band. So I ended up using 3 sheets of 12 by 12. I ended up using 3 sheets of 6 by 6 paper and a couple of pieces of ephemera. And all I have left out of that 6 by 6 paper is this. That's not part of this. All I have left is this. Just a few little scraps. And we have this gorgeous little project. Super cute. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed that little fun project. Keep an eye out for my channel. I intend to come up with more ways to use 6 by 6 pattern paper because I have so much of it. All right, thank you so much for joining me. Have yourself a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.